What's going on, everybody? Hope you are enjoying your day. We just got through watching a nice little game in Baltimore between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Cleveland put the smack down on the Ravens and beat them 40-25, absolutely setting the tone and finally breaking through on offense. My goodness, Cleveland needed this, and they came out and played like it. Big play after big play after big play. Way to go, Cleveland. Back on top. Now, if you can keep your head low and ignore the hype, you've got a great chance to take this division. So well done to you guys. As for Baltimore, congrats on continuing to be this inconsistent, atrocious mess as you guys have been basically since the Super Bowl. I mean, am I mad about the loss? No. I mean, look at the last 5 years. Just watching Joe Flacco underperform over and over again and watch his defense just embarrass themselves in crucial moments, you kind of get used to seeing the Ravens disappoint. So at this point, it's not even really a point to get mad. It's the same old stuff. Different quarterback, same old Ravens. Different players on defense, same old Ravens. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson today showed us that he is not ready for primetime. He's not ready to compete with these top teams. He finished the game with 247 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And you look at that and say, well, the 2 interceptions aren't great. But, you know, he still finished with 3 touchdowns, 247 passing yards. It finished great. Yeah, he always finishes. But 2 of those touchdowns were in the fourth quarter. And 2 of those interceptions were in the fourth quarter. Throughout the first 3 quarters, he did not look like a great quarterback. Again. He seems to ball out in the fourth quarter when the game's already out of hand, but what can you do? He's got a lot of work to do. Will he be able to improve to get to the point where we want him to be by the end of the season? Who knows? I don't know. He still needs work, and we know that. But once again, doesn't show up when he needs to. Team didn't show up. But I'm not going to put all the blame on Lamar for not showing up, because this offensive line has not done him a favor at all. This offensive line is terrible. They when it comes to our running game, oh man, they know exactly how to block. They're so great on that. But when it actually comes to protecting Lamar Jackson, these guys can't protect Lamar Jackson to save their lives. I cannot count how many times Lamar was pressured or sacked in this game. Just an embarrassment by the offensive line. Receivers, what can they do? If you're not going to protect Lamar Jackson, they don't have time to get separation. They don't have time to get open. And Lamar doesn't have time to throw them the ball. So what can the receivers do? They're screwed. There are plenty of times I saw receivers open, but because Lamar's getting pressure thanks to the offensive line not blocking, he ends up having to throw it on the dirt or running or just doing whatever he's got to do with it. Or he gets sacked. This is how it is. So offensively, not looking good. Not looking good. I'm getting a lot of points in the fourth quarter. Congratulations, but it's clear it's clear to everybody that if you can get this Ravens team down, if you can get them down by like 10 points, you've got a great chance to win. If you go into halftime with a 10-point lead against the Ravens, you're probably going to win this game. Because now, this is number 17. In the last 17 games, the Ravens have been down by down by halftime. They have lost all 17. They're 0-17 in the last 17 games. They've been down at the half. Congratulations, John Harbaugh. You guys in the crew are doing just well. Offensively, I don't know what to say. I can't say get it together. It's not like the offensive line is going to do any better. It's not like the receivers are going to have time. And it's not like Lamar Jackson can really do anything if he doesn't have time to throw the ball. Cleveland, give them credit, man. They blocked their secondary with the injuries they had. They made sure that they were not going to give up a deep pass over the top, and they did exactly that. They gave up intermediate and short passes, and that's what Lamar feeded on all day, which is obviously not going to get them anywhere. Also, Mark Ingram fumbled the ball. That was tough, but you know, it's always a fumble that comes in the third quarter. Whenever the Ravens are trying to march back into it, it's always been the third quarter. Whenever the Ravens are down by like multiple points and they're trying to climb back into it, all of a sudden, the running back's going to fumble the ball. It just happens to the Ravens so many times that I'm just used to it by now. So it is what it is. But offense, I mean, get it together, continue developing. You've got work to do. I don't know what to tell you. Defense? This defense is an embarrassment to the Ravens' name. They're an embarrassment to the Ravens franchise. They're just an embarrassment in general. You gave up over 400 yards of offense in the last 3 games you've played so far this season. And in back-to-back games, you've given up over 30 points and about 500 yards of offense. just embarrassment. Nick Chubb shredded your defense. And let me tell you something. It's clear when Brandon Williams is our run defense. I don't care about anyone else on the defensive line. If Brandon Williams is there, this run defense can be pretty solid. It'll be good. It'll be well. But when Brandon Williams is out, clear difference. Clear difference between he is our running defense. So, yeah, I would say you keep that man as long as you can on the team because he basically carries that front defensive line. Nobody else can do anything. Nobody else can compare to that man. So, yeah, Chubb got 3 touchdowns. I think at 160 yards rushing. Just shredded our run defense. Pass rush, you might as well sell everyone else there. There's no pass rush. We've got 0 pass rush. Judon ain't doing nothing. Fernando McPhee, he'll get 1 sack and that's it. You're not getting anything from your pass rushers. You're not getting anything from the linebacker. You're not getting anything. No pressure. Baker Mayfield had all day to pass. And boy, did he pass. He didn't even have to throw the ball down the field. Really, he just dumped it. A lot of times, it was simple, like 10-yard passes to Landry, and Landry would just take it up, man. So he fed off that. And at the end of the day, Baker Mayfield didn't have to throw the ball down the field because his talent around him was thriving. And Nick Chubb was thriving. So congrats on them for doing that. But man, you're an embarrassment. But the worst part is the secondary. Tony Jefferson's straight up useless. He hasn't done a useful thing on defense all season. Earl Thomas has been a complete disappointment, which I expected because every time the Ravens end up picking up veteran players during the offseason, one of them doesn't pan out. Right now, Mark Ingram is panning out besides that 1 fumble, but he's been panning out this season. So obviously, one of them's got to be a disappointment. And congratulations, Earl Thomas. You are that disappointment. You haven't stopped a single big play all season. You keep talking all this trash. You keep running your mouth how you're going to stop these big plays. And oh man, we've heard all the hype against Cleveland. We ready to stop it. You ain't stopping nothing. You ain't stopped a single big play all season. Congratulations, Earl Thomas. You've underachieved. So this whole Thomas Jefferson secondary has been a complete embarrassment. Congratulations. Brandon Carr, can't really say much about him because Brandon Carr occasionally will give up a big play, but it's not like he's messing up. I don't feel like Brandon Carr didn't really do much for me to look at him and say he was bad. Marlon Humphrey, clearly still solid, doing exactly what you expect him to do, but one great player on defense can't make up for the whole defense. They're not going to throw it to Humphrey's direction if they don't got to throw it to Humphrey's direction, which is why Landry completely ate all day. Congrats. The only player really in the second that I can give full-on congratulations to besides Marlon Humphrey is Maurice Kennedy because he got an interception and he also stopped a touchdown. So well done to him. When I got to praise him, that means the defense is really messing up. Y'all are just a joke right now. Defense is an embarrassment. All your predecessors who played on this Ravens defense sit back and weep in disgust. This defense reminds me of that 2015 defense that just gave up big play after big play, couldn't make a stop when you needed them to. So many losses happened because that defense couldn't make a stop. So we're well on our way to disappointment. We're 2-2. Not really surprised about that. I thought I would have us around 3-1, or I had us after 5 games. I think like 3-2 or something like that. So I'm not surprised to see after 4 weeks we're 2-2. So well done to us. Cleveland's now first in division. Good for them. Not really mad anymore. Especially with the Ravens doing what they always do. They've yet to really surprise me to be like, oh man, if they actually find a way to beat a great team this season, I'll be shocked because they've yet to surprise me in the last 5 years. I haven't been surprised by a team they've been able to beat that's great. Besides the Chargers game last year. But even then, the Chargers are known to choke at home. So that's all I got. This team, don't really know what to say. The Ravens are who we thought they were. They're not ready to compete with top teams. Their defense is an embarrassment. They're overrated, and they're a joke. Congratulations. You played like jokesters, and you got blown out in your house by Cleveland. Way to go. That's all I really got. I'm probably going to go. There's probably another football game on. I'll either watch that or I'm going to go watch an anime or something. I don't know. Another disappointing week for the Ravens. I'm out.